Let's talk about Arsenal some more. Um, Arsenal, a lot of rumors floating around for Arsenal. Most notably, Arsenal targeting FC Porto winger Hulk. Hulk, the big man up top for FC Porto, scorer of 42 goals and leading FC Porto to the Europa Cup championship victory and the treble, winner of their domestic cup, the Europa Cup, and League Cup. So Hulk, very in similarity with the Hulk of Marvel's universe, but nonetheless, this would be a huge, monstrous, amazing adjective, not being able to describe it, type of pickup for Arsenal. The offer is 23 million, but that's just a little bit short of the asking price of 100 million from Porto themselves. So amazing if Arsenal could pull this off, as they are in desperate need of some help in the attack. A lot of pressure on Arsenal's side, as well as Arsene Wenger, to start producing in the Premier League. They sit, I think, 15th or 14th. They're in the lower half of the table in the Premier League. I mean, they only have 2 wins out of 6-7 games. I think they have 3 losses and 3 ties, or 2 ties as well. So this would be a huge pickup, just what Arsenal would need, and just get a lot of pressure and everyone off of Wegners and Arsenal's back for this. But I don't think this is going to happen. Porto want 100 million. His buyout clause is 100 million, and Arsenal does not have the amount of money to pull this transfer off. Not as well as not enough, bravado. But they have shown a lot of courage in submitting this bid for Hulk. And Hulk is just a crazy, huge Hulk player. But yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think Porto fans should worry about this too much. It's too expensive for Arsenal. And anyway, going to another rumor now. Theo Walcott has been linked with a move out of the Arsenal side. Linked with a move to Juventus. Juventus formally submitted a transfer bid for the Arsenal winger, and this would just be a loss for Arsenal, as they would lose yet another player, another goal scorer, another very good fast player down on the wing. So maybe that's why they put in a bid for Hulk, probably foreseeing a possible Walcott leave. So this would be interesting. Juventus obviously is trying to bolster their squad a lot for the second half of the season, putting in bids for Walcott and Tevez as well. So a lot of things going on. I don't think Walcott will leave. I don't think Arsenal will let him go. But if the right price comes along, Arsenal will let him go, because they're hurting for money, but they're hurting for wins even more. So it's sort of a tough call to choose to make. But another player that just can't be let go is Robin van Persie. RVP very coy on his future with Arsenal. I mean, the man has 100 goals already for Arsenal, and he's only averaged at least, I think, 22 starts per season for Arsenal. So the man is just absolutely goal-scoring machine. I don't think he does have a future with Arsenal, though. I mean, the guy's a crazy good striker. He's one of the best in the world. And if you look at him, I don't think he has a future with the hapless club. I mean, Arsenal has a very bleak future at the best. So I can't see a superstar like Robin van Persie to stay at a club like Arsenal, there's so much turmoil with Arsene Wenger, who, in my opinion, should be sacked. His 15-year service tenure should come to an end, either in January or at the end of this year, if he doesn't pick it up in the second half of the season. Van Persie is a highly linked or highly to be thought of going out of the Arsenal side. I can see Van Persie going to one of three places. One, Barcelona. He would just be an absolutely great fit for the Catalan side, giving Villa some rest up front for a striker and just making a deadly combination with Lionel Messi up front there. Two, Real Madrid. Again, make a crazy annihilation combination with Cristiano Ronaldo and just add to the depth of Real Madrid. I think this would be a better fit for Van Persie, as I think Ronaldo can feed in the better balls, and he's got Javi Alonso's in there to whip in those crosses, and Van Persie is like 6'5", 6'4", so he can use his good height and his immeasurable strength on the ball as well to get those headers up, and especially because since La Liga is such a fragile league, like Tinkerbell Walcott, but it's such a fragile league. I mean, they don't play with the type of physicality that they do here in the Premier League. So I think it would Van Persie, if he's going to go there, he would fit very nicely. He could muscle those weaker players out and fit really nicely with either Messi or Ronaldo, two arguably the two best players in the world. So it would be great fits for both of them. And finally, he could, or probably will go to Manchester City. It's not too surprising, but I don't want him to go to Manchester City. Again, I don't see him with much of a place in Manchester City, but I'm sure that Mancini will find space for him, and they have the money to dish out for him. So it would be tremendous if he did go to City, pairing with Aguero up top, with Dzeko, with Balotelli. God, that's a scary situation and thought. So that'd be very, very, very tricky, to say the least, really. So Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City. I don't see his future with Arsenal after this season. At the end of the season in the summer, I think he'll make a move elsewhere. Who knows? He might stay in Arsenal and he might pledge his future to the club. But I don't see why a superstar like that would pledge his future to a hapless club who doesn't have a very good future and who's in a lot of turmoil at the moment. So let's talk about Manchester United. United, a lot of some rumors floating in here and there for United. Finally, Dimitar Berbatov has been linked with a move away from Old Trafford. Valencia inquiring, putting up a formal £12 million bid for the striker's services. Berbatov has fallen out of favor at Old Trafford with the amazing form of Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, Danny Welbeck coming back from loan, Rooney obviously just being a god. You even have Federico Macheda, Diouf is there. You have Michael Owen. You have a plethora of strikers at Sir Alex Ferguson's disposal, and Berbatov has failed to score in each of the 5 appearances that he's made for United. So I think this would be good for his career. I know I talked about this in my last podcast. It would be good for his career if he moved out of there, free up some space in the United side, bring in some money that they would need to fund the purchases of other clubs as well. Most notably, Ricky van Wolfswinkel, striker from Sporting Lisbon, is highly linked with United. He'd be a great fit for United with the sale of Berbatov. Use that money to try and purchase him. Wolfswinkel is a great player. I think he's got like 10 goals right now for his club. I don't remember what club he plays for. Sporting Lisbon. But it would be a great fit for United. Bring some fresh new talent who needs some youthful regeneration. Also, this has been a very long, drawn-out transfer rumor. Inter's midfielder Wesley Sneijder still very coy on his move to United in January. He says football is a game of unknowing. You don't know what's going to happen in the near future. Anything can happen in a couple hours. So he's still not ruling out a move to United. Now, whether or not it'll happen, I don't know. It might be too much money. I think the asking price is like 30-some million for him. So that's pretty expensive. But for a guy of Schneider's class, he's pure class, and quality on the ball, I think it would be just well worth it for Alex Ferguson to break open the pocketbook and shell out the money needed for this guy, because United desperately needs a creative midfielder since Paul Scholes recently retired this past year, and with Ryan Giggs being as old as he is, old man Giggs, 38 years old, he's looking to retire. So I mean, they did sign Tom Cleverley, who's been absolutely amazing this year for United to a new 4-year contract. So, but it would be great to sign the veteran, bring a lot of pace and a lot of creativity to that midfield, and make United a heck of a lot scarier than they really already are, and really pose a really big threat to Barcelona in the Champions League, because that seems to be our only competition at the moment. But just be great if United could pick them up and here and there. So that's gonna wrap it up for this week's podcast. Not too many games to be worried about this upcoming Premier League week, but one to note is Manchester United and Liverpool will take each other on. I think this one is at Liverpool, so big clash there, big rivalry coming in for that action. So stay tuned for that. It's on ESPN and ESPN3, I believe. So look for Rooney to bounce back, and definitely watch out for Stuart Downing and Luis Suarez. Should be a very good game. A lot of tensions will be running high. Emotions will be up there too, and United will look to continue their unbeaten performance and stay at the top of the table, while Liverpool looks to continue their title aspirations and pose a threat to, I guess, the big three, Chelsea, United, and City. City is in action as well against Aston Villa this week, and Chelsea is in action against Bolton, I believe. So just watch out for those three games, especially the United Liverpool game. All right, this has been another great podcast. Check me out on Monday, as I'll have a review of all the games. This has been 12th Man Productions. Thanks for a good post.